Hey, let's have ourselves a show.
Good evening, everybody. It's Mr. First Down here with my co-host Bradley Mangold. He has not come up with a cool nickname like me. He's not a brand like me yet, but he'll get there. At least he's got a nice haircut and a nice new jersey. Bradley, how are you, sir? How you doing?
It's been a while. Good to be in front of the camera talking Titans football. How you been?
Oh, I'm good. This 4th of July about killed me. I'll tell you that. God bless America. Happy birthday, America. We love you. Thank you for letting us watch football. And boy, we are 60-something days away from some football, and I've got the itch. I've got it bad. I've got it so bad. I am ready to get into Nissan Stadium and watch some games. What's up, Glory Holes? Ooh, Glory Holes. How are you? I have sat in a couple of your Twitter talks, and I have enjoyed it. I don't say anything. I just sit there and listen and ponder. But I enjoy your Twitter talks, and I'll take them. Thank you, sir. Will Levis breakout incoming? Boy, I certainly hope so. I certainly hope, please. Not because the whole offense really depends on the young man from Kentucky. Holt. Oh, well, but it doesn't say that on your Twitter handle. Holt. I got you.
Boy, Holtz.
Sure.
Right.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Well done, sir. Well done. Anyway, we're happy to have you all here tonight. So we are currently trying to gallop through this offseason on a horse with no name. And it is a desert out there, I tell you what, but it's your OC. Well, if that's the case, keep up the good work, man. I'll take it. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He that is his name. You're absolutely right. Every time I see it, though, I'm like, ooh. Anyway.
Right.
So where to start in this off-season topics? Let me go ahead and get one that I had last week out of the way for you, Mr. Brad. J.C. Latham is the left tackle, for better or worse. We are married to him till death to us part, or your contract dissipates. Are you okay? Because there's still talk about him playing left tackle. And I don't think there should be. But you, like I said before, you can't pump the tires on Papa Callahan and then say this can't be done. That's just not the case. So are you okay with J.C. Latham as your left tackle?
I would put concrete in his shoes and make him stay there at left tackle. We need to protect that blind side of Will Levis. I mean, the left side, if you do put J.C. Latham at the left, it does put the right in like a teeter-totter when it comes to strength. The right side is not going to be as equal as the left side, but you got to protect that blind side, because last thing we need is a Will Levis injury. That's the last thing we need. He was injured twice last season. We don't need that again. I mean, he's a big boy. Lloyd Crushberry, Peter Skoronski on the left side. It's going to be good. Mm-hmm. I mean, right tackle still open. It's either going to be Nicholas Pierre. I can't pronounce his name, but you got Nicholas Dylan Radent. I heard Dylan's Radent might play right guard now. So,
oh boy.
I mean, we'll see. But the good news is we got Papa Callahan. So I think he'll get it. But I'd like to see JC on the left side. Protect that blind side. Let's get that out the way, and let's just keep him there. And I hope my watch being as slow as my brain is at the moment, telling me that Bradley Mangold messages you, let's go. And I'm like, about time, watch. Good job. The show started. That was 4 minutes and 37 seconds ago. Anyway. Oh, Lord. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I just get tired. They're like, why are they putting him at left tackle? They're putting him at left tackle because they need him to play left tackle. Bottom line. He knew that. He was on the G5 jet on the way here saying that he's playing left tackle. Right. And I hope he's I hope he's going to be good. Big boy. Hopefully those feet will be moving just as fast, and we'll see. It's going to be, I mean, I'm just waiting to see what happens, and I hope it comes together good. That's just what I'm going to be praying, one game at a time, one quarter at a time, and we'll just see what happens.
I love it. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, so we'll get into the show proper here with our topic. We have our 3 biggest questions of the off season. Do you want to do one and then you do one, or do you want me to do all 3 and then you do all 3? Your call.
You
man.
go ahead and do one, and you do
Okay.
one, I do 2, and you do 3.
Okay, all right, that'll work. Okay.
Because we probably had the same take.
I would imagine so. I would be a little concerned. Actually, I'd be kind of amazed if you have 3 of them. Let's see. Where's is the best left tackle in the league, and he has 3 hits.
He is.
That's a good point. That you're absolutely right, Glory. I understand. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Sorry,
but that's Tristan Whiffs. That's Tristan Whiffs, though. So
yeah, that man is a beast. But yeah, no, it's a good point. I'm just laying out the point that people still question it from time to time, and I'm sitting here going, I have arguably the best offensive line coach in the league. I think we're going to be okay. But anyway, the 3 biggest off-season questions as far as we go. And if anybody in the chat would like to add to that, we will absolutely take it and digest it and spit it out for you. And feel free to poke holes like Swiss cheese in our arguments as well. We ain't too proud, baby. We ain't too proud. This is off-season talk, okay?
Yeah.
Nobody has pride during off-season talk. Anyway, so my first question, and I think it'll probably be a popular first question amongst all Titans fandom, that right side of the offensive line. Now, I didn't think Brunskill was that bad last year. But now there's talk that he's playing backup center, whatever else. I'm curious to what exactly is going on there. I'm curious, you said his name earlier. What's his name? The guy we drafted. Ravens.
Oh.
We talked about Ravens, and we talked about Fier, and then they talked about the guy they brought from the Browns whose name eludes me at the moment. And, and then they've added tons of guys from undrafted free agents. Yes, it's going to get interesting. I look forward to training camp because the battle for whoever's going to play that right side of that line is going to be vicious, and it ain't gonna. And no one's safe. Make no doubt about it. No one's safe. I think Brunskill's safe because Brunskill is going to be a center at times, and if you need somebody to play backup on guard or whatnot, I still kind of feel though like I said, I didn't think he was terrible last year. Other than the injuries that he found himself with, but I think everyone was injured there. It wouldn't surprise me to see him at right guard. It wouldn't surprise me to see him getting ready to play center in case something happens to Cushenberry during a delightful Cush push. So my number one question is, who's playing the right side of this offensive line? Your turn, Brad.
All right, so I'm going to go with the popular other question. Without Derek Henry, what's this offense going to finally look like? Callahan calling plays for the first time. This is going to be so weird because what's great about having outside sources. My brother's a huge Cowboys fan. Tony Pollard didn't flourish as well as he did without Ezekiel Elliott. So now he has Tajay Spears. I think Tajay Spears will be better than Tony Pollard, in my opinion. But that's the question I've been fascinated with since I knew Derrick Henry was leaving. So, how's this going to look without him here anymore? And the answer is weird. It's going to be really weird. It's going to be Twilight Zone episode. And I don't know why Titans just go to Ravens, Steve McNair, Derek Mason, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why they choose
Stop wearing purple unless it's Vikings, right? Stop.
Right. So I'm interested to see what Callahan has up his sleeve and see what he does. The one thing I know for sure, and I always say this because I am a Titans fan, I'm optimistic, is I will never count my chickens before they hatch. I'm going to make sure we do good And I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, look how good we're doing during, training camp, preseason, blah, 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 blah. I'm ready for Sundays. That's what I want to see. So hopefully Callahan can work it out. And then, of course, that right side of the line. But I'm very interested to see what Will Levis can do. We got a good receiving core. Obviously, a lot of questions about Phillips and Burks and the rookie at Tulane who we drafted. So
yes,
that's it's going to be up. I got Colton McDowell from last year. Still got NWI on the roster somehow. Every year he makes the roster.
Every day.
He's not. He's not a. Yeah.
Nick Westbrook-Akina has some bad photographs of somebody because he won't. He's just still here.
Well, what's sad is he is the most healthiest. He won't put up consistent 100-yard games, but at least he's here. Besides DeAndre Hopkins, but
right.
It's gonna be crazy. I can't wait to see what's gonna look like.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. All right.
Defense, no worries as of yet.
Yet. Yeah. Oh boy, I hate that word at the end of that sentence. It's right after a triple dot. Yet. Like, ew. It's uncomfortable.
Just the linebacker and the other safety spot.
We'll start at some point. Yeah. He'll probably be the third, right, Glory? Like something catastrophic would have to happen to number 1 and number 2 for him to find his way up there on the edges. But I could, he'll start at some point. I'm just curious where they would stick him.
They could put him at number 4. They could put him at 4.
I think he's at 4 right now. Who is it?
Just because Burks and Phillips hasn't produced. And one of those two guys will probably either get cut or go to the practice squad.
That's where some shadiness has been brought by Brian Callahan. We don't really know the third wide receiver. I would think it would be, without question, Burks. And then you saw Burks practicing special teams plays, and it was like, all right, like, what are we talking about here?
I think that they won't, especially with Tyler Boyd, former Bengal. I got him at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I know you live in Ohio, but let's just calm down, okay? Calm down. I know you want to wear white tiger. I can see it in your eyes. You want to wear white tiger so bad.
Those are some kick butt.
They are gorgeous, but they are not Stormtrooper Titans white. Am I right?
That's right.
Four for sure, backing up probably both outside wide receivers. Yeah, that's the way I see it. There's no way he's a slot player. I don't. No, bro.
I think that. I still have Jackson. Is it the receiver we drafted from Tulane? I still got him as my sneaky little underdog to take that slot position. He might snag it from Burks and Phillips. The good thing about Burks is, and I hope, and I know he's not taking like the Kenny Pickett situation out of his hand. He's embracing it. Like, hey, I got these veterans to teach me. There's no pressure on Burks. That's the good thing. There's no pressure on Burks now. He has people in front of him. He gets to learn, and he doesn't have that. He has the pressure of the first-round draft pick, unfortunately, on him. But now he doesn't have this pressure where, hey, I need to come in and do my job as great or as crazy as the expeditions go because I got Boyd, Ridley, and Hopkins. So that's the good news. But we can't have 7 receivers on the roster.
100%, Glory. 100%.
What just happened? He just went bye-bye. Well, I guess I'm hosting the show now. He just lost
Excuse me while I get booted right out of here. Pardon me.
That's fine.
I did not mean to do that. Okay. Well, that was fun. That was fun doing that with you. Anyway, so apologies, everybody. Question. That's where are we? Yeah, question
number 3.
The third wait, what was your second question?
Well, my second question, you had the first. My second question was, how's the offense going to be without Henry and Callahan calling the plays? That's my number 2 question.
Gotcha. Okay. Question number 3 for me is, who is Spears going to have more receiving yards than rushing yards? That's my question, because I have a feeling I think this offense is going to look a certain way. Personally, um, is this going to be a type of offense that doesn't have a lot of rushing yards and has a lot more receiving yards? I personally think so, but I mean, only time will tell. But I think the days of having 1,000-yard rusher are probably behind us. I would think. Uh, I could be totally dead wrong. I haven't seen this offense work. I don't think you have either. So I couldn't tell you. But I will say that it wouldn't surprise me if Spears has more receiving yards than rushing yards. That's my question. Will he have more receiving yards than rushing yards? Yeah. That's what I think.
And I mean, obviously that's what Amy and Ram Carthorne is. Their dream is building a pass first offense. That's why I'm so intrigued to see life without Derrick Henry, because Derrick Henry was more than the security blanket for this offense. He was the coal that made the train run. Now that he's gone and we're trying to adapt to becoming a first pass offense, it's going to be really weird, because the saddest part is, who was the last time the Titans successfully drafted a quarterback and developed into a good quarterback? It was Steve McNair. That's how long it's been. And that's
makes me
sick.
That's
a long, long time ago. Jake Locker, Vince Young, Mariota, and now it's Will Levis. And I love Will Levis' fire and compassion. I will say, though, you got to slide, big boy. I don't care how big you think you are. These guys are going to hit you no matter what. I don't care if it's clean or dirty. They're going to hit you. So you got to protect yourself at all times.
Slide, dang it.
Right? I mean,
slide.
It's just gonna be so. It's the question. The answer for me is weird, because it's gonna be just life without Henry. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited because I mean, like I said, during the offseason, Jaguars got worse. Colts will still hang around. Texans kind of followed us blow by blow. We made a big move. They made a big move. And my main concern is, if Will Levis does struggle, Henry's not there. So that's going to be the probably the biggest takeaway from me, is that security blanket's no longer there. So,
gotcha. We got through a topic of conversation. Who will lead the Titans in fantasy? I say Tajay Spears will lead the Titans in fantasy. From a guy that can take a 5-yard dump off or a 3-yard dump off and turn it into 30 or a touchdown or anything like that, I think he's going to lead in fantasy. Personally, yeah. That's what I think. I think Tajay Spears is the key. He is the coal that makes this train roll. Ladies and gentlemen, the man from Tulane, Tajay Spears. Who is it for you?
Well, you took Spears, so I'll give a different answer.
You can say Spears too. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Calvin Ridley.
Okay, that's
just because he's a little bit more sprier than DeAndre Hopkins. I think he'll make more explosive plays with yards at the catch than D-Hop. But like I said, just gotta wait and see how the picture comes together and turns into a beautiful piece of art or something else. So
I get it.
I'll go Calvin Ridley. I'll go with Calvin Ridley.
All right.
He still got that spryness in him at 29 years old. So
he's gambling on that spryness. Anyway.
Well, I'm not gonna mention the big I word that comes with the Titans over the past 5 seasons.
What word is that?
I don't want to say. It's not a big I word.
This is a show. We're going to be brave and bold on this show. Brave and bold.
I will say it. It's the injury bug. That's the biggest one. Harold Landry, Isaiah Molden, Will Levis. They've all been bitten by it. The offensive line last year got bitten by it. So
yeah. It's just our turn. That's the way I've seen it. It was just our turn. We have avoided it for so long. It's our turn. Who will be the Titans' top receiver? I imagine you're going to say Ridley. No.
I mean, I'm still
You
gonna go with
intrigue me, sir. You intrigue me.
I'll take Ridley in fantasy port. I think he'll have more touchdowns than D Hop. I think D Hop will lead the team in receiving yards, but I think Ridley will lead in touchdowns.
I'm gonna throw a wild card at you. I think
Uh-oh.
Chigakonkwo is going to lead in receiving yards. I think
he's got to step up. We need him to be that young Johnny Smith we had.
I can just see him really start taking over some games. That I'm going to go with him. Plus, you chose D Hop, so I have to be different. Yeah. Anyway,
be fun to see Tyler Boyd emerge. That'd be crazy.
For what rushing yards there are, who's going to take them?
I'm gonna have to go with the coolest last name in the NFL, the Spear Man. I'm going with Tajay Spears.
Whiffs.
Yes. I'll take Spears. I mean, depending on who, that's what I'll be watching during training camp and preseason is who best fits this offensive line with like the perfect marriage. Will it be Pollard who runs better? Will it be Spears? Because they're pretty much the same size. I think Pollard might be a little bit taller, but Spears looks maybe a lot more thicker. Well, not a lot more thicker, but I think he looks thicker. But I still go with Spears. I like him a lot. It kind of reminds me of Darren Sproles, so I go with Tajay Spears.
I'm also a big Spears fan. I've banged the drum a lot for that kid. He is a Spear. Just like Goldberg in wrestling. Spear.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna go Spears too. Some part of me wants to pick Pollard, but I think the young gun in Spears is gonna take care of business. Him and his non-existent knee are gonna take care of business. That's how I see it. I'm sorry, the man didn't have a knee. I drafted him, and I was mad because I was like, the man has no knee. Where's his knee? So,
that's fine.
And we'll end off with some good stuff here. We'll end off. This is a surprise thing. I didn't have it in the message. I sent you. You actually said it during the show, and I said that's a good idea. The one thing we know for sure, the one thing, Mr. Mangold, that I know for sure is that we are passing the ball this year. I still talk to people who say, well, they don't have Derrick Henry. What are they going to do? I said, well, they're going to pass the ball. And he's like, no, their Titans are a running team. This is a change. This is a total change.
Mike Vrabel's not here no more.
Yeah, they're not running the football as much. In fact, I would say they're going to pass about 60% of the time. I think Callahan has said the team that passes better is the one that wins Super Bowl. That is something he said. They are passing this football. They are passing it. That is the one thing I know for sure. Bradley, what do you know for sure?
I'll go. Well, I don't mean to beat the same. I don't want to beat the same drum, but I'm going to go with the defense will probably be better than the offense.
Ooh,
just because the DC. I love the new DC. Jeffrey Simmons. You got Sweat in the middle. You got Harold Landry on the outside, who's about to break Javon Curse's record for sacks by a Titan in history, which is crazy because I love Javon Curse. It is crazy. I love Javon Curse.
The fact that record has existed for that long is stunning. Yeah. It's stunning. Out of all the talent that we've run through, and this is the guy.
I mean, I like the secondary. I don't know about that second safety spot yet. I know they're talking about Isaiah Molden, but I mean, he's too small for me.
Elijah Molden.
Too small for me to be that safety. But I mean, you don't have to be big, but I just, as much as I love defense wins championships, not anymore. The hip drop tackle is gone, so that just puts more money in the pockets of the refs to call the penalty, which is going to be weird. And then we'll see if it's going to be Kenneth Murray or Cedric Gray taking that torch as the middle linebacker spot, or who's going to be the top dog there. We might even see 4 D linemen, 2 linebackers, with 5 people in the back. So
yikes!
But Jeffrey Simmons in the middle. Yeah.
It's going to be a strange
Or
setup.
Dr. Gibby. Watch out for Dr. Gibby.
Oh my goodness, Gibby.
Maybe a backup.
Gibby. I'm just not a believer in Mr. Gibby. I'd rather have a Cedric Gray that I've seen thump it in college. It's no offense against Mr. Gibby. If they go with Gibby, fine, but I don't think he has the stamina to keep up. I just don't think he can. Now maybe he goes out there and he's like, no, I'm on cocaine now. I can run super fast, like, or something along those lines. But he just, as smart as he is, he might be one of those guys that his brain can write checks that his body can't cash, kind of things.
Right.
It's kind of how I view it. I appear to be out of topics, sir. Do you work next Saturday evening? This is brought to you by Tasty Delicious Dr. Pepper. It is the 23 flavor sport of deliciousness.
I don't know yet. I have to get the schedule to work, but hopefully not, because it's getting, like you said, 60 days away? It's getting closer.
Oh, we're getting close. It's 60-something days away. 60-something. I don't know how far away that is. Let's see. Let's ask Mr. Google. How many days till football starts? Bam.
So isn't Chiefs kicking it off with
61 days. We are at 61 days before Ravens and Kansas City Chiefs.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Ooh.
Boy, that first game.
Ooh, that's going to be.
Each of those teams are going to want it bad. I want to embarrass Caleb
Patrick Queen went to the Steelers. I did not see that coming. I did not see Patrick Queen choosing the Steelers.
Yeah.
So
I
mean, week one definitely gonna be interesting. I mean, Chicago has a good receiving core, so
do they have the quarterback though? That's the question.
That's what we're gonna find out.
You get him early. You get him early at least, right? So he's not going to have his feet under him all the way, and hopefully, Big Jeff knocks over Mr. Painted Nails, as he said on the Rich Eisen show a couple of times.
Jeffrey Simmons has to do it now, because if he goes out there and gets embarrassed, then it's going to look bad on him. So he's got to do it. Well, the good news is, I think Caleb Williams will be good. I just don't have confidence in the Bears coaching staff. That's my preference.
I love
kind of like Herbert and the Chargers. Like, Chargers now finally have a head coach, but they lost all the talent. So Herbert has Harbaugh, but now you got Caleb Williams stuck with the Bears' bad offensive coach and head coach. So, I mean, I liked Justin Fields. I saw some clips. He didn't look bad. Now he gets to go to the Steelers with Arthur Smith, gets to sit under Russell Wilson, which is not a bad option because they're pretty much the same freaking quarterback. So, and I picked Justin Fields to go to the Steelers. I had one of them as a destination. That was crazy. Good job, Brad. But
here we are.
Man, it's gonna be very crazy. I can't wait to watch it.
Isn't that the NFL for you? I mean, just absolutely off the wall, unpredictable, and we just keep on watching it. Anyway, all right. Well, that's a pretty good show there. We're almost at the 30-minute mark, so that the producer will be happy. I'm the producer, and I think that'll do, Pig. That'll do, and we'll wrap it up and get ready for next week's work week. In the hot summer heat and separating. But to everybody out there, tighten up, and 61 days to go. And I don't know how many more days till Titans football after that. And then we can really have ourselves a good time. For Sam Dean, a.k.a. Mr. First Down, Bradley Mangold, my Titans brother in Ohio, we bid you all a good Saturday evening. Have a good time. We will see you later.